Hello again, all my wonderful viewers. How are you doing today? Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Today I bring you the gift of another vintage blaster review because I enjoy doing these because there are so many vintage blasters out there. Some that you know very well, some that you probably don't really know too much, and then you have the obscure blasters, the blasters that aren't really well known, that when you see them you go, what is that? And you don't find many reviews of. And today I'm bringing you just that, a blaster that is just weird and different. It is from the Mega Blitz series, and it is the Nerf RipChord. Like I said, the Nerf RipChord is part of the Mega Blitz series, and this series is just kind of different from everything else. When you compare it to things like the Airjet series or the Cyber Strike, where they have a constant theme going through them, like the Airjet uses air supply, you have the Power Clip, which has a bladder, you have the Split Fire, which has 2 tanks, and then the Cyber Strike is kind of like, ooh, futuristic, look, robotics. Then you have the Mega Blitz series, which has the Pulsator, which is a dual-barreled ball gun. You have the Rototrack, which is something that uses a chain and straps to your arm. You have the Nitro Quad, which is basically what Drax said, a Nerf Knuckle Buster. And then you also have the big Gatling gun that Nerf never put out. And then you have this. I mean, to me, it's kind of like the people who created these blasters kind of tossed them aside and then were like, let's just make a series of it. And they put them out. But this blaster in particular is probably the weirdest of the whole Mega Blitz series, and it's kind of cool, but it does fall short in a lot of areas. So let's get right into this and see how this thing works. So how it works is you have a RipChord, as the blaster so aptly named, and it goes through the whole entire blaster, starting from the handle. It goes up into this big circular area right here, and that's where a wheel is, and you can actually see the cord coming through the top there. And the cord comes through all the way to the back, and along the way it rotates the top cylinder. You can see the little rotation tracks on there. And then it pulls back on the plunger rod, which is right about here. Pulls it back until it gets to a certain point, and then it just releases it. And the way you prime it and deprime it is to deprime. You pull it back through the handle, and to fire you can choose whichever hand you like. I still don't know which hand is more comfortable. We're just gonna shoot with my left. And you fire it like that. It's really fast. It's not very accurate despite what I've read on some little Nerf blaster review sites. And overall, it's not a very effective blaster in a stock Nerf war. But it's really cool. So as you pull on the RipChord, you can see the barrel's turning despite my hand trying to keep it steady. And it takes micro darts. I don't have the old school micro darts, but I have some newer ones. So we're going to put some various degree of quality darts in here. Some are stiff, some are loose. Some are not as good as others, and I need one more. Here we go. It holds 5 darts, and it shoots them off insanely fast. So I'm gonna do a little shoot this way. Here we go, as fast as I can. That might have been too fast for it to actually get all of them off, so I'm gonna try slowing it down a little bit. There we go. If you pull it too fast, it doesn't line up correctly, seeing how it has to turn it and then, you know, fire it off. But there's a lot of different bumps along the way, so I guess they kind of designed it to, you know, work properly at slower speeds. But if you go too fast, I guess it's turning this too fast in order for it to shoot them off effectively. Now we're going to do a range test of this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have to probably move the camera in a little closer to Harold because the ranges on this are not very good, but we're going to see how it goes. So let's go to the firing range and see how this blaster performs compared to others. So let's go. Alright, I'm around the 25-foot mark, and I have the camera slightly zoomed in, but we're gonna, you know, try and hit Harold. This blaster is not known for its distance or accuracy, but we're gonna try. So first I'm gonna shoot him off slow, trying to pull it as, you know, slow as I can to get one at a time to see if that's different from me pulling it really fast. So you guys know the drill. I'm above the camera, I'm going to shoot it parallel to the ground, blah, 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 blah. So let's do this. Here we go. Okay, not bad. Alright, so all the darts landed about right there, which is around the 15-foot mark. So I'm gonna pick them up and shoot them off fast. One thing I noticed as I was doing this before I got the camera out is when I pull it fast, my left hand likes to go downward diagonally. I don't know why. Kind of, if I'm firing it off, my hand will kind of do this. I don't know why it does that. I guess it's to kind of compensate for me pulling back on it. But I'll do my best to keep my hand as straight as possible without any dips so we can get maximum range out of this. So here we go. RipChord firing fast. Let's see how far this gets. So all the darts landed about right where this one is, and that's about, oh, I don't even know, maybe 9 feet. I think I pulled it too fast for the, plunger tube to align with the rest of the barrels. So I'm going to try this again. We're going to see if I can get a better result. Okay, we're going to try this again. Slow it down maybe just a little bit and see if we can hit Harold, which I highly doubt. So here we go. Ah, I got him! I got him once! So the darts travel at various distances. We have one at 9 feet yet again, and then we have them kind of going up in a little trail leading up to Harold. So I don't really know what I did right with the last dart, but I got Harold, so I guess that counts. Alright, let's go back for a final conclusion. All in all, this blaster is tricky. And when I say tricky, I mean super tricky. You have to pull the ripcord at a certain speed in order to make sure that the barrels are lined up perfectly with the plunger tube. You have to make sure you're not trying to compensate for pulling back on it, and your hand moves around as you pull it. It is a very hard blaster to use correctly. I love the design of it. The outside looks really cool, and I think it's one of the better looking blasters Nerf has put out. I like the idea it uses a ripcord, though the ripcord does like to break, and you can feel it kind of stretching when you pull on it, and people do say they break easily. The plastic breaks easily, and it is just a pain to use. Do I recommend you buy it? Not really, unless you're a collector like I am. I'm happy I have this in my collection. I think it's a very cool blaster to look at. But will I ever play with it? Like, oh, let's have a stock war down here in the basement. No, I will not be going for this anytime soon. So, my overall impression of this blaster, very cool looking, and I love basically the uniqueness of it. But usefulness is, I'd give it a 1 or 2 out of 10. So that's your Mega Blitz RipChord, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll make another one for you later. Wow!